This isn't a story to complain about. Okay, I'm lying. What else would I come here for if not to complain a little, right? Just kidding. Lately, I've realized something. When the storm hits, you can't make it disappear, but you can stand firm in the middle of it, because in just 15 days, my life turned into a full-blown horror movie. My wife had just undergone a C-section. Every night, our tiny room stayed lit by the cries of our newborn. Then suddenly, life threw a punch I never saw coming. My mother had a stroke. I only had a few hours to pack, book a flight, and begin a desperate race against time across hundreds of kilometers. My wife, holding our 15-day-old baby, looked at me with silent worry. Hospital bills, baby formula, diapers, work, everything piled up all at once. And in the middle of those exhausting days, the most valuable lesson came from a little shoeshine boy. That afternoon was cool and calm. I sat in my usual corner of a cafe, condensation forming on my iced coffee glass. The street outside was noisy, but inside, I felt strangely peaceful. Back home, my wife was still recovering from surgery. I spent my days soothing the baby. Exhausted. Yes! But it was the kind of exhaustion that comes with happiness. Then the phone rang. My mother had a stroke. My wife looked at me, worried, speechless, and I knew I had to move. I hastily packed my things and booked a flight that same night. Hospitals at midnight have a unique kind of cold, not from the air conditioner, not from the wind, but from that eerie feeling where life and death stand side by side. The doctor looked at the results and shook his head. Severe arterial blockage, and inserting a stent would be very difficult. To explain simply, a stent is a tiny metal mesh tube placed inside a blocked or narrowed blood vessel to keep blood flowing normally. I waited in the hallway, counting every second for news. On the phone, my wife tried to stay calm, alone with our 2-week-old baby. I didn't want her to hear my voice tremble. I could only whisper, "I'm fine, I'm okay," even though inside I was falling apart. The surgery was finally successful. My mother survived, but she was weak, unable to walk, and needed constant care. I went back home and became the man in charge of everything: her medicine, meals, paperwork, the house, the pets, and my job. At night, when I closed the kitchen door, it was already past 8. My body felt drained, my mind foggy, yet the bills didn't stop. Hospital fees, baby formula, electricity, water, none of it waits just because you're tired. Some nights I sat in the dark living room, head in my hands, just breathing, and asking myself, why does everything have to come all at once? One day I went out to buy a few things, stopped at a roadside stall, and saw a young shoeshine boy. He had one leg and used a crutch, but his eyes shone bright. He told me his parents abandoned him when he was small, and an old homeless man took him in. The man had passed away, so now the boy lived on his own. No bitterness, no self-pity, just a gentle smile. "I'm saving up to buy books. I want to go to school." One leg, no family, no home, yet his eyes were brighter than mine. I looked down at my shoes, then at my hands. I had so much, yet I'd forgotten to be grateful. In that moment, it felt like someone hit the zoom out button in my head. Life wasn't terrible. I was just standing too close to my problems. My mother slowly recovered. One day she could take a few steps. The next she could eat by herself. That's a blessing. My child, though far away, kept growing healthy and strong. That's fortune. My wife, silently enduring sleepless nights, but still standing strong. That's grace. And me, I'm still healthy, still have 2 hands to work and 2 feet to keep moving forward. Since that day, I've reorganized everything. Her medicine schedule, my sleep time, rest time, work time, learned to cook porridge from YouTube, learned to handle life bit by bit. I realized when you take charge, the storm doesn't vanish, but it stops knocking you down. If you're going through a dark chapter in life, remember this: as long as you have strength, you have capital. As long as you have family, you have blessing. As long as you have hope, you have direction and gratitude. That's the light that shows the way. Thank you for listening to my story. See you in the next video. Stay safe and may peace find you.